Hi all, this is lecture series video number 1. In this video, we are going to see about a term called software engineering, subject called software engineering. In the subject software engineering, we are going to see the term called waterfall model. That is software development lifecycle model. In software development lifecycle model, we are going to see the term called waterfall model. Okay, in previous session, we seen about the SDLC phases, importance of SDLC phases, the importance of structure development, and the thing is that what happens if the main objective of the recap session was being in, what happens when we change the coding, what happens if the requirement changes after coding is being completed. So we introduced a waterfall model, which was the earliest, and it is structured ST, that is software development lifecycle model. So that is in recap session, what we seen about a term called that is SDLC model. This SDLC model enables to have a importance of structured development. That is what on the software development lifecycle is there. So it's structured model. So we came to know that that is the main objective of the recap is nothing but what happens if the requirement changes after coding is being completed. So what we are going to introduce is we are going to introduce a waterfall model, which is the earliest and most structured SDLC model. Okay, the session objective will be having by the end of session the students will be able to what is meant by waterfall model. There are different phases of waterfall model will be there. We'll be seeing about term called advantages and limitations of waterfall model, and we are going to see how we are going to apply waterfall model in real world cases and decide when we should add a waterfall model in industry. That is, first we should explain the waterfall model. Then we are going to see about the description process of. Then we are going to discuss the term called phases of water. Water phases will be in the waterfall model will be there. Then we are going to identify the advantages and we are going to identify limitations in the waterfall model will be there. So we are going to apply waterfall model. How we are going to apply the waterfall model in real world cases, and we are going to decide when to use a waterfall model in the industry. Okay. Next, this is a problem statement. The person is nothing but Mr. Arun, who has been IT manager in the government sector. He handles a national level examination software requirement, which is fixed and approved by legally strict document. And approved is needed to change is expensive, and that is he has examination software. Approval it takes legally strict documentation is there, and approvals is need to there as day to day. It's very expensive and risky. So what we are going to say is that we are going to develop a project which requires highly disciplined, well-documented sequential development process with a minimal requirement change. So we are going to change the requirement of problem statement into a project which is being require high discipline, well-documented sequential development process with a minimal requirement of changes. Next, the next term is we are going to have a term called empathize. This empathize we are going to use the what we are going to do, that is you to understand the project constraints. First we are going to have fixed requirement which should be there. There should be regulatory compliances which should be there, and then we are going to have a zero tolerance of ambiguity will be there. So next, the stakeholders of this project will be government officials, auditors, and end users and the students will be there. So the empathize model will be having of understanding the project constraints and the stakeholders. To understand the project, we need to know about the fixed requirements, regulatory compliances, zero tolerance for ambiguity. Next, we have stakeholders. Those stakeholders are those who are going to use the project. They are nothing but they are government officials, auditors, and end users, nothing but students. Okay. Next, we are going to have a term called define. The define says how we are going to develop a reliable system when requirement must be finalized before development begins. So when we have a improved reality of the system design, we are going to reduce redundancy. We are going to increase scalability. There is human factors are there. That is next is stimulation testing will be there, and real-time monitoring and analysis will be there. So we are going to say. We are going to develop a reliable system when requirement must satisfy the requirement will be finalized by the user before development begins. Okay, next you are going to ideate phase. In ideate phase, what you are going to have is nothing but you are going to suggest the what are models are there. So in the from the suggestion we are going to use the term called waterfall model. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.